She doesn't even go here.
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Homo, and I'll be auditioning for the role of kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Luke.
And I'm your other host, Alicia.
And on today's episode of Not So Straight Nerds, we have a conversation on the two big releases of this last weekend. Those being The Running Man 2025 remake and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Mini
Finally.
franchise to look at.
Yeah, finally they used the title.
Yes.
Anyways.
So, I think, personally, these are two movies that were, like, beforehand pretty on the same level of excitement for.
Me too. Yeah.
So...
But I would say there's a clear winner here.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And it might not be what you think.
Yeah. So, we
we'll
are
see.
going to get into that before we
Yeah.
get started on these movies.
Vibe check.
Vibes. Woo.
Things are good. I knew that's what you were doing. Anyways. Yeah, things have been good.
Things are going to get easier.
Yeah, because it's the week before Thanksgiving, so thank goodness we get some days off work.
And I officially am
Yay.
going to have, like, the whole week off.
Me too. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. And also, Avatar randomly dropped tickets today. Well, I guess maybe not randomly to them. But I feel like for something as big as this movie, I would have heard about it. Did not. I woke up, I saw the notification, I was like,
Wait.
It's like in the bear. It's like, get the fuck off my X-Men, get away. So I immediately texted. I was like, are we free this day, this time? Because I'm buying them right now. And I did. And we got the best seats in the house and the only seats as far as I was there. So, yeah.
Fair.
Anyways, so we got them secured Thursday night. I'm a little surprised they're not doing... I know usually they only do, like, Tuesday or Wednesday for, like a Thanksgiving week, like a holiday thing. I don't know. I feel like for Avatar, I'm a little surprised that they're not doing it at least Wednesday.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're secured, and that's what matters.
Yeah. And I'm vibing. The vibes are vibing.
Yeah. So,
Alrighty.
yeah. Anyways.
We are going to throw out a spoiler warning right here.
Yeah.
We will be talking in depth the details of both The Running Man and the Now You See Me, Now You Don't movie, as well as the films beforehand.
Yeah, the
that being the
original-
original Running Man and the two prior Now You See Me movies. So, if you want to see any of those, you've been warned. So,
All right.
first up on the docket, we are going to get into The Running Man.
Yes. So I wanted to start just kind of chronological order, obviously with the original, and
In 19
rank the
days.
two versions, as well as we wanted to, since this is a Stephen King adaptation, we wanted to update our lists of our rankings of Stephen King adaptations. We also discovered not only did we have two more to add with the two Running Mans, but we discovered that we were forgetting two anyways that we had probably seen.
I think we
Also,
watched it after, because we...
Maybe that's why.
For those who don't know, we did an original ranking of this in our
Yes.
Long Walk episode.
Yes.
And then I think literally right after that is when I wanted to start watching some of the
I think
King
you're right.
adaptations we
That
missed.
sounds right. Yeah.
That being the original Pet Sematary and then this year's The Life of Chuck.
Yeah. So we added 4 movies. So we're not gonna go through them like one by one. We've already written all of them down. We thought we would just show
I mean, we
y'all.
might as well say the list.
Yes. Do you want to go first?
I would love to go
Yeah, 'cause
first.
you have a few more.
I have just pointed out our Running Men on my little ranking. At number 15, I've seen
Yeah.
15 now. At 15, I have Pet Sematary. I was surprised it was that low, but, you know, I guess I'm just not with it. At number 14, I have the original Running Man. Woo! That was something.
Interesting.
At 13, I have The Monkey. At 12, I have Mr. Harrigan's Phone. At 11, I have The Running Man 2025. Then at 10, I have Carrie, the 2013 version. 9, I have The Boogeyman. At number 8, I have It Chapter 2. 7, I have Salem's Lot from 2024. Number 5, I have The Long Walk. Number 4, The Green Mile. Number 3, It, the when is that? 2017.
Yeah, not the
Or
original
2018.
but like of the two newest
Yes.
ones. The first one.
Number 2, I have The Life of Chuck. Loved that movie. And at number 1, I have The Shining, the OG.
So I have 13, although I just kind of put some of them in, so I didn't list out all 13 because I had already written down all of mine. So, okay, so I guess I'm not gonna go through them number by number because I'm gonna get lost because they're not actually accurate. Anyways, I'm just gonna go bottom to top. We have the Boogeyman, the Monkey, the newest Running Man, It Chapter 2, the original Running Man, Pet Cemetery, Carrie, The Mist, It, The Green Mile, The Longest Walk, and The Shining.
Dang.
So, fairly similar, I guess.
I don't know. You got some.
I don't know.
I think some of your placements are a little crazy.
I don't know. Pet Cemetery I gave 2.5 stars, and I also gave It Chapter 2 2.5 stars, and The Running Man. So, I don't know. I feel like it's appropriate, actually. For me. Anyways.
Oh, go
There
ahead.
you have it. Oh, I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna say
your
anything
outline
yet.
this time.
Okay,
You're the
sure.
one leading the way.
Oh no. Anyways, okay. So I mean, it's mainly based off how you do outlines as well, but we'll start with best parts of. Well, I don't know. We don't have to do best and worst for the original.
Oh, the
Maybe you just
original?
wanted to kind of do.
We'll quickly run through that.
Run through it. Obviously, the original is with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Iconic,
Yes.
well known.
I will say I had heard about this one in the conversation of like visual effects.
Okay.
I specifically saw a breakdown of how they did the effect of the person running and like trying to escape like the like mining camp that they start out in and his head explodes.
Oh. Oh yeah, I remember you pointed that out to me.
Because apparently that was a pretty big shot back in the day.
I'm sure.
So, but that's about all I knew to expect from it. I expected the exploding collars to be a little bit more involved, given that's the one thing I knew about this.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was a bit more like WWE than I expected.
Yeah.
And I will say I like
Sure.
the idea of like the dystopian game show.
Yes.
It's giving like just like a fraction of what I think really works for the Hunger Games, which is like the showmanship of it, which
Yeah.
is like there's the in the game aspect and then there's the out of the game aspect. And I would say this is like very on paper what Hunger Games is, but it feels like
on paper, yes, for sure.
but Hunger Games just did it way better.
Yeah, way better. I totally agree. Yeah, I don't know. It was surprising to me also because I had watched the trailer for the newest version, so I kind of had those expectations in my mind, and I was excited for it based off the trailer. So then come to find out that theirs is only like a day or like basically however long you survive. They had some differences, which I don't know if I loved. It kind of threw me off a little bit. It's also a bit boring, I will say, especially for
I would
like
say
a
it's
dystopian
pretty-
action movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like it didn't quite bug me as much as I feel like it bugged you, but I still feel like it is a problem. I only gave it 2.5 stars, so it's right below that would recommend watching bar. So
And then like
Yeah.
I also
It was
want to point
okay.
out like the costumes of the hunters were kind of fun,
yeah,
but then they were pretty like we're here,
yeah,
we're
they're a
dead.
little bizarre.
Next scene then.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because I'm thinking about him in Predator, and I want to say like maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the problems of the Running Man, but he's not a problem to me in the Predator. So I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just he has a much more interesting like villain in the Predator. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. It just doesn't.
Or he's less like, I'm gonna get the girl, I'm the buff guy, I'm the hero.
Like here
I
in
don't
this
know.
movie, he like acts like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. You're supposed to be
kinda
like the
does.
everyday good guy, I guess, but then
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I also don't like that they painted him like that when he looks the way he does. I'm like, with those arms, he's not the everyday man. I don't know. Poor description of it. Dude, stop
yeah.
eating
And then
my
the
hair.
intro of like no, I'm not going to attack these civilians.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my god, he attacked those civilians. It's
Mhm.
like, what was your plan otherwise if he didn't decide not to do that?
I don't know. It's kind of bizarre too. It's like it makes me question like how have you lived so long without having to defy an order like that?
And then also, just randomly, how the Resistance headquarters is in the middle of the game arena. We gonna talk about that at all? That's crazy.
I don't know. But yeah, the world building just wasn't really there for me. I would say for the new one as well. I mean, they had more world building, sure. But I don't know. I feel like the world building is a big problem for me. The script overall. But I don't want to get too much into the new one just yet. But just to compare the two.
Amber. The girl was also weird.
Yeah, she was okay. I mean, they didn't really have like a leading lady in the newer one either, but at least the ones that were there, however brief, were, I would say, more interesting already.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know, the one girl in the car was like, I thought she was pretty terrible at acting.
Yeah, that was rough to
It
watch.
was rough, yeah.
I don't know. The main girl just being dragged into the story, but then like constantly being like, "Oh, I don't want to be here," but then like not doing everything she can to not be there.
Yeah.
It just was so weird. It was very weird. And I understand it's an older movie, but I've been watching a lot of other movies from that time,
Yeah.
and it's still a weird standout.
You know, I will say, I'll give her credit where credit is due. I hate in movies when I feel like they could get out of a situation by just screaming bloody murder. And she did. She was
Eventually.
like, this guy. And you know what? I appreciate that actually finally happened in a movie. I was like, you know what? Yeah, somebody's got to try it.
Yeah.
So.
I will say I was interested to see the new one after the first one, because I think another reason the first one also I don't think another one of many reasons I didn't enjoy the first one was it also felt weird to have the game show host also be like the whole mastermind behind everything else, whereas in this next one they separate those two roles.
Yes. I'm glad they did. I
I
feel
think
like
it
those
works
were-
way better when they're
Yes.
separated.
Yeah.
Because, like, because instead of, like, having an interesting idea of, like, being able to switch between these two things on how you're presenting yourself, he was just in a gross middle between them. Just like, cool, so you're not really good at either job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There was a
And
fork
you-
in the road for you, sir, and you ran right through that sign.
Yes.
I think that's all of my thoughts on the original.
I think so. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Now on to the new Running Man. What were your expectations going into it? I know you already talked about it a little bit, but I don't know. What was your journey leading up to it?
I was expecting this to be somewhere between a 3-star to like a 3.5. Like I was like ready to be surprised by like some aspect that really spoke to me.
Yeah.
Expected it to be like fun, chase some fun action. Edgar Wright has some really fun action in his projects, or like some campy stuff in there. And I was expecting, kind of big extravagance. The game show aspect and the idea of that in the original, I think, is fun. So I was very excited to see that kind of, with today's technology and with some more showmanship. Coleman Domingo hosting, which to get him on any stage, and I'll be like, this is like the move.
Yeah.
I think the cast I was excited for, Glenn Powell. I thought this could be an interesting stepping stone for him. And then
he's really trying to find his place within Hollywood, because obviously, like, one of the biggest moments for him was Top Gun Maverick, and then he got to be like under Tom Cruise's wing a little bit, or whatever you call it. I think that's what you say. Yeah. Anyways, and really be shown and taught the importance of how to make movies for your fans, because he talks a lot about that. He sounds like Tom Cruise, like it's his words.
Mm-hmm.
When he talked about how much they try to create like real, what do you call it, stunts, I guess. They tried to actually do it for real. They use very minimal VFX, because the fans, or like the people who are watching, deserve that. It's very Tom Cruise. But he's had an interesting journey. I do feel like he's trying some different avenues out. I feel like Twister was one thing for him, and then Anyone But You. We haven't seen the Chad Powers show on Disney Plus, but that kind of seems wildly different from anything he's done. And
Does
then
it? I feel like it's giving Hitman.
Maybe. Oh, I do. I love Hitman, though. Is Chad Powers giving Hitman?
For me, yes.
Well, I don't know what it's about, so I guess I don't know. But all I know is I've seen him as a football player, so that doesn't give me him at all. But if he's, like undercover.
My
then
understanding
maybe.
of it is that he got disqualified from playing football, so then he's disguising himself as Chad Powers to continue playing football.
Oh, yeah. I could see some similarities there. It's hard because I feel like he's trying to do different movies, but the roles are very similar. So I wonder if that's kind of holding him back a little bit. Because Tom Cruise's career has been wildly different roles for him. So, I mean, he kind of found his place as, like, once he became, like, a movie star, he kind of, like, found his comfort place. But earlier on, like, he was doing everything and anything. So, I don't know. He's had an interesting career. I don't know what the future is for him.
No.
Ooh, I do love, not Anyone But You, but what is it? There's a different one. It's like Set It Up or something? I think that's what it's
Set
called.
It Up, yes.
Yeah, I love that rom-com.
Hmm.
But not to say that role is wildly different. I don't think it is. But at least that's one of his better movies, I would say. Anyways. I don't know. I want to see more from him. I feel like he's trying to give movie star, but he hasn't quite earned that.
I don't know.
yet.
I feel like he had a lot of career momentum until this. And unfortunately, I would say unlike some of his last couple projects, like he was like the most front and center part of this. And, it's a stumble.
Yeah.
I think his next big project after this is going to be very important.
Yeah. I would really, really like to see him do a more dramatic role and serious role. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know if he's capable of it.
I don't know.
That, that might be why we're not exploring it. I don't know. But that I would be interested to see that and see if he's capable of pulling that off. And I don't know. Even if it's not leading, maybe he's lost leading for some people. I don't know if I would say he's totally lost it. I think this is a stumble, but I think he has high enough star power that we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is not it for him. But I also don't feel like it was his. The problem was him.
I
feel like
would
it's more the
say,
script.
and I'm going to say this, and I think it
Okay.
may be a hot take.
Okay.
Let it be known. I enjoy Glenn Powell a lot. I think he's so charming. I think he has a great charm, and I think he can make really great chemistry with other actors.
Yeah.
I think I've yet to be convinced that he's a good actor. I think he's so far I've just seen that he's very charming and can portray very charming.
That's why I want to see
because
something more serious.
I think, and I will say, I think a better actor could have made this movie a little more watchable.
Perhaps delivered a lot of these bizarre lines.
Because these
maybe
were
less
some
bizarre.
really rough lines. And there
Yeah.
are some movies that I don't like, and I think roles are written horribly, but people
Yeah.
can still eat bad lines. and it's ugh.
Don't call me. Don't come to my house.
My
No,
fear
not
here
that I'm gonna
is
call
that
bad, but
my fear is that it doesn't feel like he's phoning it in either.
it feels like he
it
is
feels
trying,
like he's
and this is
really
what it
trying
is.
to give this really bad role, and it's still not working in the slightest. So
I can't say I entirely disagree with that, and
It's-
that's all I'm gonna say.
that
on
does worry my soul. I fear he needs someday. I think he'll get an opportunity to get a little bit more in depth. I
If
think
he
this
can
is
pull it
not a
off.
great start to that. I think this is the most like as a leading character here. You know, this is where you get a chance to kind of get into some of the more deeper
Yeah.
character work than I think he's had from his other roles so far.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and like people have been kind of fan casting him. I think I've seen Gambit and Cyclops the most, and at this point I would be worried for that.
I would be worried as well.
I was never a huge fan on that train. I thought there were other better picks.
I would say
But
I'd be
now
interested
I'm-
to see what he looks like in a Gambit costume because he, like I said, he's charming. That's a huge part
Yeah.
of Gambit.
Maybe he
but-
could do the accent. I don't know if he could do that.
The accent's
better.
another big part.
Because please don't pull a Channing
Borderline,
Tatum.
maybe the most important part.
Yeah, don't be a Channing Tatum, please. We've heard it in I can't believe people say that his accent's good. We've heard it in animation. Sounds so much better. Anyways,
Okay.
moving
What
on.
what's our current talking point?
Well, we were trying to do expectations.
Yes.
I feel like
I gave my expectations.
Yeah, I feel like we've moved into worst parts already. So maybe we should back up and do best parts.
Best parts. Okay.
And really try to focus on that. However little it may be. You know, I feel like this movie visually looked solid.
I enjoy most of the visuals. I would say specifically like the Red Game Show aesthetic. It's still very fun. It has like modern day Hunger Games feel to it, which I mean, I think is what I don't know if it's necessarily what they were going for because the script doesn't give that at all. But it somehow they landed there. And you know what? Even if it's luck, good for them.
I like the person that was playing his wife.
Yes,
She's
I love
the
her.
same person from Sinners.
Yes, and from the Batman. That's where I originally clocked her from. She's the mayor.
Oh yeah, she is.
So in the
Very
Batman 2, we'll see her.
I mean, not that she had a big role or anything.
Well,
so
because she wasn't the mayor yet.
Yes.
Now she is.
Well, no, I meant in The Running Man.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yes, but yeah. In The Running Man, obviously, she didn't have a big role. I feel like there's nothing you really do about that. But she was really good where, she was. In the
For
movie.
sure.
I liked Michael Cera a lot.
Okay. I was very excited for Michael Cera's role here. And,
I don't know. But I feel like,
man, like, in
Again,
vibes,
it's
it's great. In action,
yeah.
like, he's just so
Oh,
weird
okay.
at the end of that. We'll get into that in your best parts. I love that you liked
Okay.
Michael Cera here.
Anything else? Josh Brolin and Coleman Domingo, obviously.
I think splitting those two roles into two separate
Great
things
choice.
was like the best choice that this
Yes.
creative team made.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I really with Josh Brolin's character, I really enjoyed the way that like his face would just keep appearing in different places. That had a really, I don't know, kind of a little bit of a unique flair to him. Like even though it's just the same video popping up different places, it added kind of like this is probably a bad analogy, but like the genie, like just like popping up in places. It gave kind of that vibe,
Okay.
which I thought was fun.
I also appreciate that while they didn't have a big discussion on it, nor did they really have a big or deep discussion on anything, one of my problems, but they very, very clearly explore deepfakes, which I think is really important right now because they already exist and they're only going to continue to be more eerily accurate. And I love that it at least partially explored how scary that can be in the moment. Because also, like, it was an instant creation for one of his deepfakes in the movie. It only kind of happened twice. once with one of his tapes, and then once towards the end with his little speech. I don't know why they thought they would actually let him give that speech, but anyways, they didn't, and they had a deep fake. And I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen in a movie it be that clear that that's what something you can do with AI. I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to put it into words because this is not the right way to phrase it, but I would be interested to see it being explored with how it can affect women specifically, but I would be very apprehensive about
think that's
who would do that.
exactly.
It would need to be a woman, and even then I'm like, you gotta be really careful because you can't exploit it, and you gotta be careful what you show. So I don't know, but I don't want it to be totally talked about in the background either. If it's something scary, I don't want them to just say, oh, they made a deepfake about me. No, I want to see how scary that can be. But again, we'll see. We'll see who does that. It'll happen eventually.
Let's see, is there anything else that the house set where Michael Cera's in.
Yeah, very
the set
cool
I
house.
really enjoyed.
Yeah. Both movies we're talking about today had one in particular really cool house.
Yeah, preach it.
So there you go. One cooler than the other, but I mean,
Oh, I'm also gonna say, and I think you might disagree with me, but I enjoyed Katie Bryan here. Off the bat, she comes in really hot.
Contestant?
Yes. She comes in very hot, but then whenever she's just off playing the game, I'm like, respect.
I almost wish I got to see a movie about her instead.
I mean, there's something to it.
She was intense, but I don't know. I didn't dislike it. I was vibing with it. So.
So can you think of any bad parts of this movie?
Oh my god, I have no idea. Where do I start? I'm gonna talk forever on this. I'm gonna try to keep it concise. The script I think is awful, quite frankly. A majority of the time. I think it reminded me of The Working Man, where it was just so loud constantly that it was overstimulating to watch. The world building, I would say it was better than the original. Not that that's a high bar. Still could have been better. I think everything they built, theme-wise, world building, character-wise, very surface level. Very surface level. I don't think, honestly, I can't think of a single one that dives super deep into anything unique or interesting to me.
I would have loved to see more about the people looking for him with the app. I think that's a really cool idea that we don't get to see explored, but maybe 3 times.
Yeah. I don't know. It's almost like there was too much lore. It's almost like it needed to be
a little more
TV
contained.
show or something, just longer time, or pick less things to focus on. I don't know. Just kind of interesting.
There were definitely some different choices that could have been made to be a little stronger. Another thing that jumps out to me, the random flashbacks to him and his other jobs, did that feel like it came from a different movie to you? Because it was just randomly you're climbing a very CGI rock wall. Cut. You're crashing in the Titanic, and suddenly you're grabbing. It's whoa! What is this movie?
That's kind of
I kind of want to be watching this movie.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, very elaborate other scenes.
One that's not really best part, but I just wanted to give a shout out the fact that different characters kept saying, "You're so angry. You're perfect for the show. You're so angry." It's giving Gladiator 2, except he's actually angry. Clock it. It's Gladiator 2. He's a good fighter, but does he ever actually look angry? He looks really eerily calm, actually. And not I'm so mad I'm calm, because that's scarier. It wasn't giving that, if he was trying to give that. So at least here he's actually angry. Not that that's a huge pro or anything, but because, again, they don't really do anything interesting with that. So,
Hmm?
the other male contestant is one of my worst parts.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
not only
so
was
fair.
he really annoying, but he was really bad at playing the game. Like really bad.
Well, and
Like,
that's
dude, you
supposed to be the
know-
bit, but it's not funny either.
No, I'm like, you know you're gonna die when you lose, right? Like it seems like it's not clocking to him, and that's just not entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I.
It's
agree.
like you don't. Do you see anyone joining the Hunger Games and just immediately giving up? Well, if you've ever seen someone do that, it's like I don't know.
It's,
mean-
I don't know. Like, there's for
And this one you volunteer for, so
it's one
like-
thing for people to be bad at the game. It's another like, and then there's like another level that I probably couldn't think of, and then there's this where it's like
Yeah.
that level of what?
Yeah,
Like,
it's giving when they were
it's like if you like ordered a pizza but used his real name
yeah.
and like had the Running Man on in
Like,
the
you're not even
background.
trying. It's like you want to die, but I never got that impression. At least if I got that impression, that would be, an interesting thing to talk about.
With that actor also specifically, it's crazy because right before that I had seen him in Happy Gilmore 2.
No.
And I'm going to say it. He did better in Happy Gilmore 2.
I mean,
That little trio in Happy Gilmore 2 was actually really funny.
oh god, that movie scarred me.
Other bad parts. Oh, I'm going to say The Hunters. I think it's crazy that considering the hunters hunting your main character is like the main thread of both of these this and the original. And I'm gonna say the original had better hunters. Like at least they had like fun
Well,
little
this one
designs.
they're called stalkers, I think, or vice versa. They're called different things. Wait,
And then that means they're stalkers in the other one because they're hunters here.
yes, that's true. I wrote it down. I wrote down all the differences. Ooh, and below I wrote all my bad things. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. I hated like. I think it could have been super cool to like just have like to go back to like themed hunters and like have some like WWE of it all with like some interesting
Little
fight
bit.
scenes. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's just so much that could. You have futuristic technology here, and you're being really boring with it.
Yeah, and at least in the original, you have this super buff guy, and it's believable that he could defeat all these hunters. Glenn Powell, I mean, he has muscle, don't get me wrong, but he's not shown to have any fighting experience, just muscle from the type of jobs he does. And I really only found it interesting when they compared his experience from his jobs to what he's applying here. When they did it more directly, like with the climbing down the wall and then saving the person. The rock wall thing I thought was actually pretty cool. I wish maybe they did that more instead of just being like, that's enough to prove that he can do this. I'm like, I don't think it is actually. I don't think so. No. Yeah. Also, I wrote down that it's very preachy, which is interesting because I don't disagree with any points that are being made, but it still feels like they have an audience of people that agree and they're yelling at them. And I'm like, dude, I agree with you. Because I don't think they're talking about these things in any way that is new. So the people that agree just feel like they're being yelled at, because they've always agreed with that. And the people that may not agree, I don't think this is the right way to approach it. I don't think they're going to be susceptible.
You're not
to
adding
this
anything
information.
new to any conversation.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything well.
Yeah, you're not accomplishing anything by saying what you're saying. One, because you're not saying anything new, and you're not saying it in a way that could maybe finally get to somebody. So, if anything, it's going to turn them off more because I'm like, dude, stop yelling at me. I'm on your side. Anyways.
What else you got?
Oh, Ben changes his mind really quickly about participating in the Running Man. He goes from like, I'm never going to do this. I just want one of like the lower shows. And they're like, here's all this information that you had to have already known about the show. He's like, oh, sign me up. I'm like, they didn't even make a good argument. You should have already known all this information. It's going to make you a lot of money. You already knew that. That would save, if you won, that would save your family from poverty. You already knew that. It's like, why is this now convincing you? And maybe it was supposed to come off as like he knew going into it that he was going to join the Running Man, but I didn't personally read it like that. So if that's what they were going for, I don't think that's successful.
Oh, that's fair.
Let's see. Oh yeah, he finally finds someone to help him, Michael Cera's character, and then really dumb reason that doesn't work.
No, Michael Cera. Yeah, you're too talented for this, man. I know. Like whenever he's
Yeah.
like, no, let's call everyone here. What?
Why?
Why? Why would you want to do that? Why not just send him off first if they're gonna show up anyways?
Yeah.
So weird and just dumb.
Yeah, and then if you knew your grandma was like that, why is she out in the open? Put her away somewhere. That's so dumb. The grandma was so annoying. Yeah, the speech towards the end, not only was it poorly done, but like, why did you seriously think they'd actually let you listen? I mean, maybe it was just like he was desperate, whatever, but the speech wasn't even good.
I've never felt so
moving.
envious of people living in a fascist dystopian society that they didn't have to listen to that.
No, actually, wait. You have a point, because I was like, what are you saying, dude? Just turn it off. Just turn it off. Woo! Say it's giving, get off the phone. Like, I can't. This is not your argument right now. You haven't sat in this for, 15 days? I don't know where he is at this point. Let's just say 15. You haven't sat on this for 2 weeks just to come up with that? I can't. That's crazy. Why on earth would he immediately believe his family was killed? I understand being, scared of that. I mean, but like, you've already seen them at this point do a deep fake of you. Like, you wouldn't even be like a little bit like, how do I know that's true? Like, at least question it first.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's it. That's all I wrote down.
Dang. No. Ooh, another thing.
Everything else
Katie
I already
O'Brien's death, her character's death, I thought was very weird.
It was so, like, the fact that we didn't even really see it happen or, like, have any context whatsoever, like, how she got there. I mean, we saw it happen, I guess, in a flashback, but...
Like, she just hid in a barn where 2 kids with flamethrowers just happened to already be in there. What?
Yeah, that seems so random. Very cheap. I'm like, I can't.
That was dumb.
I can't.
Like, in a dumb movie, that's a standout.
Yeah, it is.
Gosh.
Anyways, do you have anything else?
Of bad things? Okay, there's one shot that I actually liked that, like, sticks with me. It's whenever he's, like, in his costume and he's, like, at the train station, I think, and he, like, has, like, the moving poster board behind him, like, matching his, like, face movements as he's, like, looking around. I was like...
That's fun.
Kind of ate.
Yeah.
I almost think it would be cool if they had other stuff do that with the posters of him all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Almost like the title cards when they're doing like day 15, day 14, having something where he's doing the same pose.
That would be
cool.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Visually. Also, I'm going to say I like the shooting of him like moving around the hotel scene.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like the most.
The action scenes were pretty good overall.
I would on the plane.
I
no.
mean, with the bar of the movie, like they were the higher point.
Sure.
so
I
at
would
least,
say
like,
the hotel scene
yeah.
and the house scene.
Yes.
Everything
yeah.
else, I'll leave it at the
car
door.
scene.
And
no.
also,
the plane. No.
With what I was saying about like with the show aspect and me expecting that to be a little bigger, I feel like it was like, other than you have Coleman Domingo here as your host, I felt like the show was like more boring than the original. Like in the first one, they have like whole like dance show girl numbers, and I'm like, I want to see them dance. Like, why are people
Let
tuning?
them
Why
dance.
is this the number one show?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I agree.
convince me.
Other than the fact that it earns you money if you turn them in, but that, I mean, you're not tuning into it. to
But then
do
but
that.
then they also talk about how a lot of people don't think it's real. So it's like, whatever. Oh, I do want to talk about some of the Edgar Wright stuff that he's directed, because this was also heavily advertised as a kind of return for him.
Ugh, unfortunate for him.
Indeed. So, I have seen 5 of his movies.
Okay, I've seen 4.
So, ranking the 5 that I've seen, this is my least favorite. Aggressively his least favorite.
Okay.
My least favorite of his. That's what I meant to say. At number 4, I have Baby Driver. What a fun movie. Number 3, I have Hot Fuzz. That movie is hilarious. It was a very random decision to watch that, and it was a huge surprise because I actually adore it.
Yeah.
At number 2, I have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That movie is iconic. It is so fun. It is my favorite Michael Cera movie.
Okay.
I think that.
Besides Barbie? That's not really like his.
It's not his movie. He's
yeah.
great as Alan.
Yeah.
He's so great as Alan. And then Last Night in Soho is my favorite.
Yeah. I would say out of my 4, obviously Running Man's last. Sorry.
What?
And then I love the other 3, love the other 3. So I really don't know how to rank them. I might do Last Night Soho, Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like on any given day I could switch any of them.
Sure.
So they're really good. Very, very good. Anyways.
Hey. I would say, do you have any thoughts on some of the people who agree that the script is bad but still enjoy this movie?
You know, I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm happy for them. I wish I did.
I would say even if it's not a great movie, I think there's a watchability factor to it.
Sure.
Like, unlike the original, I don't think it's unwatchable at any point.
Sure. Well, I don't know if I agree with that. I think there were several points where I was like, I need this movie to end. But I see what you mean. I will say, I wish, because I know who you're talking about, and I wish those same people gave this kind of grace to Death of a Unicorn, because that movie was also batshit crazy. And
but wasn't trying to be taken serious.
Yeah, but that they were aware of it, you know?
For sure.
So, anyways, I need to move on. I was going to talk about things that they kept the same versus changed between the two.
I think we pretty much covered that.
Well, I wanted to shout out that Arnold's Ben Richards was...
Why was he on the money?
I don't know.
That's so random.
I don't know. Especially they have the same name. They're supposed to be the same character. So...
I don't know, man.
We explored everything else, but I did just want to shout that out real quick.
So, have you looked at the scores at all?
Not really. I remember the critic score was fairly low, like a 65 or something.
It is currently at a 64 with audience. Or not with audience, on critics.
Okay. I have no idea where audience would be. Let me just say 85.
It is, I would say, I'm surprised it's lower. It's at a 79.
Okay.
Which, frankly, given audiences this year, I think I'm surprised it's that low. I'm surprised they're clocking it.
No, me too.
Some people are clocking it.
That's why I did a little bit higher. So. Okay.
And then this one, I believe, got a B+.
Interesting. That's
Yes.
a little high for me. I would do like a cute little B. Maybe less.
I would say, if
I
if it was
don't-
me
I
scoring it, I would
know.
say a B minus.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But audiences, I'm a little surprised it's that high.
Huh?
But cinema score's also been kind of all over the place this year.
no.
They've been a little silly.
Let me look at what it has currently made. I looked that up
Box office.
earlier. So, at the-
Isn't this not number one though? Isn't
it was
Now You
not.
See Me number
Now
one?
You See Me, Now You Don't
Yeah.
was number 1 this weekend.
And that has earned a pretty good amount of money. I think like 79 million globally or something.
It did
Something like
pretty
that.
great.
Yeah. Good for that
Running
movie.
Man has made globally 28 million
That's
with a budget
pretty bad.
with a budget of 110 million.
no.
I just don't know where all that money went, if I'm being honest. Did you need a plane scene that
no.
bad?
No, it probably went to all of the action scenes because I'm assuming most of them were real. And when you have to do multiple takes of stuff, I get where most of the money went to. I just don't think anything else really supported it enough to. Like, did anyone read the script, or did they just see Edgar Wright and Glenn Powell? Check it off.
That's crazy.
Well-
so that being said, if you had to guess where it's gonna end at the box office,
Woo! That's bad. Plus, it's gotten bad reception. And you're about to have Wicked come out, Zootopia 2 come out. Like, you're about to lose all the momentum you already didn't have.
well said.
Like, I mean, you know, and you're directly competing with Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And people are talking about that in a much better light, despite similar critic scores. Gosh. Am I being too generous if I say, like, 65 million?
Ooh, that is low. Are you gonna lock that in?
Yeah. It's probably way too low, but...
I'm gonna say
And you said 20... Just to clarify, you said 28 million globally.
yes. I'm gonna say
I'm probably going to be wrong, but... I don't know.
I'm gonna go with.
Maybe I'll do 70 million.
No, it's too late. I asked if you locked in.
No, but you didn't do yours yet, so it's
Fine.
okay. I'm gonna do 70 million, and I'm gonna leave it there. And I don't even care if you do 200 million. I'm not gonna change it. So I mean, hopefully you don't. But
I think you're around there. I'm gonna say 75.
you'd be like, that's a little low, and then 75.
Yeah.
Gosh. Anyways, it's crazy.
And I had the Running Man on my draft card.
Oh no. It's okay. I had regretting you. I went through this a few weeks ago. It's okay. But at least actually we both enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. And
So I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, because at least if you don't like it and it does bad, it's like, I get it. Like, that was me with Smurfs. It's like, this is tanking my score, but I get it. And I'm a little bit happy that it is. So.
Yeah. Wild. Is that going to be
Anyways.
it on The Running Man?
I think so. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
we
if
talked
you-
actually for a long time on that.
If you've seen The Running Man, let us know your thoughts.
I'm so happy for you if you liked it. I wish I did.
So, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. You wanted to start out with ranking them?
Yeah, just real quick, since there's only 3.
Sure. I would say I'm going to be surprised if my ranking, because I would assume, I'm thinking
we're
our
the
ranking
same
is
one.
the same.
Yeah.
And I'd be a little shocked if it's not kind of commonly accepted as the majority thought.
I actually would not be, because I've seen people. Well, mine is 2, 3, 1.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my 1 and 3 are actually moving a little bit closer. The more and more people talk about it, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of get it. people are really liking 3. So some people, like my dad texted me the other day and was like, "Now You See Me was awesome." I'm like, "Okay, yay." I'm like, I'm not gonna ask you about The Running Man. I don't even know if you've seen that. So
No, I talked to someone at work, but like after I'd seen it, and they're like, "I've never heard of that." And I'm like, "How is it possible that you've not seen Glenn Powell on your screen?" Respectfully, where is that option?
when's the last time you've been to the movies? Honestly, so I don't know. I wouldn't be that surprised if there were number 3 truthers out there, especially right now with like the recency bias.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
No. And lead us to our conversation.
Okay,
Outliner.
well, I'll just start with the first one. Just kind of wanted to go through a little quickly. I mean, obviously, if you're here, you've probably seen the movies. But we have our main cast for the first one. We have Jesse Eisenberg as Atlas, and I kind of labeled them a little bit based off of their like role in the group. He's the leader for sure. Woody Harrelson is Merritt, and he's the hypnotist. He hypnotizes people and makes them do things. He's very fun in the first 2 movies.
Fun.
Something that I think is missing in the third one. Ilsa Fisher is more of like the Houdini, like escapist person. She has a very famous scene. You might have even heard it talked about in real life when it was filmed, where she's trapped in this like cage of water, and apparently she was like actually drowning a little bit in real life. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
That they thought her acting was so good when she was banging on the windows. That's what I heard.
That's terrible.
Obviously, she's still with us. She has a child. She's a mom, so she's fine.
She's a mother.
But that's, fun little thing I heard. Dave Franco, which he's having his little moment recently, I feel like.
For
Together and Regretting You. So, despite that movie. As Jack, and he is the locksmith. So, there you go. And then you have Mark Ruffalo as Dylan, Melanie Laurent as Alma, his like assistant.
Sure.
Because he's like in the FBI or something, police. I don't know. Something in law enforcement.
And Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. He's Arthur. He's the insurance guy, so he gets a little screwed over early there. I mean, rightfully so. But, yes. Morgan Freeman as Thaddeus. He is a former magician, now turned, what do you call it? He, like, exposes how the tricks are done. Like,
He's
so
anti-magic.
there's a word for it, and I just don't remember what it is. So that's our main cast in the original. Thought we would just kind of go through really quickly. Any highlights? I listed them out. We don't have to talk about them all, but any highlights from the first movie, magic-wise?
I loved their all 3 of their shows. Were so fun. Like the first, the bank robbery scene.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make sure I remember them all. The next one is where they screw over, and take Michael Caine's money. Fun. And that I can't not say his name like that. He's such a fun little accent.
Yeah.
Third one. I know someone's locked in a trunk at some point. No, that's the second movie.
Yeah.
What is the big finale of the first
The safe
one?
robbery.
Safe, yes. Then
Yeah.
they do the da-na-na-na-na. Love that. No, that one is also very fun. And then I love the reveal at the
Yeah.
end of it. This one has a full circle thing to it that I think the other 2 just do not have.
Fair enough.
And I think the third one gets close to it, but it's just a little rough around the edges for my liking. I'm like, I guess you technically have one, but you worked a little harder than, I feel the movie working a little harder than this one, where it feels very ooh.
Yeah. I will say, I think something I noticed when listing out all the tricks for each movie, our top 2 are definitely the first and third one, and they have the most magic. And I think there's something to be said about that.
Oh, for sure.
When you're going to see a movie about magic, you want to see magic. Crazy concept, right? And the second one is heavily known for the big, card trick or whatever you want to call it. Rightfully so. It's a very fun scene. But there's only like one other notable magic trick scene, I would say, in the whole movie. So there's something to be said about that.
Sure.
John M. Chu, what is your beef with magic? Anyways. Yeah, and then it's revealed that Mark Ruffalo is the head of
The Eye. Or he's in the Eye.
not the Eye, but
The Horseman.
The Horseman. He's behind the Horseman. We don't know anything about the Eye at this point, so that's where we leave it. And Thaddeus is in jail. He's an unwilling accomplice in there.
Thaddeus, more
More
like
thing.
Thaddeus.
Fatty. No, actually. Yeah. I didn't write down who directed the first one. I meant to do that. I forgot. Sorry.
No.
Anyways.
Now You See Me Too, John M. Chu. What you gonna do?
When they come for you. Anyways.
This one was interesting. I will say, looking at these two movies back to back, I think the first one works really well in that you're following the people trying to stop the magicians, which is inherently like you're in a place to get fooled as well with your main characters.
Yeah.
Whereas here with the
And
second
then we
one,
were fooled.
yeah.
Anyways.
Whereas here in the second one, you're definitely following the actual magicians. And I think if they're not doing tricks as often as they are in the third one, I think you just really suffer for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like the third one, it's a little bit more equal, I would say. There's a lot of the main group, but they're also doing magic constantly. And when they're not, then you have the rich people after them. And so I feel like you have a pretty good balance. And even when you don't, you still have magic involved. So
Sure.
Daniel Radcliffe joins not the group, but the cast as Walter. And I believe he's after Owen Chase, which is played by Ben Lamb. And then Woody Harrelson plays a dual role in this as Chase, Merritt's twin brother. Oh, and then Lizzie Kaplan replaces Ilsa Fisher because Ilsa Fisher was pregnant at the time of filming and I think chose to step back. Hopefully, I mean, she came back, so hopefully they're on good terms. And she says Lula May, which is a very fun addition.
Lula was
I would
very
say.
fun.
Yeah. And she, she's, I guess, spoilers, we're in spoiler territory. She's very fun in the third movie as well.
Yes. She
So-
came in and brought like a much needed. I think she
And
came in at like the perfect
everybody
time.
knew who it was. Like, that, it was a very fun experience because everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's her. Because who else would it be?
I would say I didn't like Chase's twin.
No.
I was like, you're
Or
playing
Merritt's twin, Chase.
Merritt's, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like,
No, me
you're
neither.
playing the same person, but like
obnoxious and not talented.
you're playing yourself, but more annoying here.
Yes.
Who decided we needed double this energy? John,
No.
we need to talk.
I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to know how much he was involved. Because also it changes depending on the movie. Like, he may have not been heavily involved. It may have had a lot of studio involvement. But then for like Wicked and Crazy Rich Asians, maybe he had a lot of involvement. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say for sure, but
Because these are just wildly different movies. Like, I can't... Why would you be a director for a magic movie and then not have a lot of magic? I don't understand. And at least not fill it with anything interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
And
a
then
revenge
Thaddeus was secretly a part of the Eye. They copied the
Yes.
reveal of the last one. Just like, oh my gosh, the person who's been against you this whole movie was secretly on your side the whole time and above you in the ranking.
What? That's crazy.
Never iconic, stunning, never been seen before.
Never the same. Totally unique. Lady
Yeah.
Gaga, you're awesome.
But you do have the card scene, the iconic card scene. I will say, I fear you were hyping that up a little too much before I saw
It's
it.
just not true. It's just too good.
I-
It's still.
It's good.
Ooh, I don't know
good.
if it's still my
pretty good.
favorite scene, but I do love that scene so much. It was before the third movie, and I'll have to think about it as we go through it.
And then
I
I
don't know, because they did another card thing, like where they passed it around the group in the third one, and that was pretty awesome. So
and then I really like the finale of it. Another like go around the city. Where are we?
yeah, it felt very like then they were after them, and so it felt very classic of the first one.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on 2? Nope. And on to our most recent one, directed by Ruben Fleischer, who has not directed anything else we've seen, correct?
Yeah, he's only directed.
I think it was 4.
I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't think we've seen anything else from him. So, all right, we have our newcomers.
Nope, we're wrong. He has directed stuff that we've seen before. I don't know which one we're thinking of.
We're thinking of a dual director where you were asking about a totally different movie, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you're asking about.
So this
Okay.
director, he had done the first 2 Venom movies,
Right.
the 2 Zombieland movies, and Uncharted.
Mm.
Some
Not a-
variation here.
You know, not a wonderful resume. I mean, I haven't seen the Zombieland movies, and I like Uncharted a little bit
really
better
li-
than most.
This
because I
guy
haven't
really
played
likes
them.
Woody Harrelson.
I mean, you know, I can't totally blame him. I like him too. I think he's fun.
He's also apparently slated for the untitled Now You See Me 4,
Cool.
which
I
I'd
mean,
be
I don't
very
even-
excited about.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Okay. Do you want to look up the director for the first movie while I introduce the
Go for
newcomers
it.
for the third movie? We have Justice Smith. Why is that hard to say? I don't know. As Charlie. He's basically, we decided he was like Thaddeus Jr. because he's not really like anybody else in the Horseman group. He's super smart, and he's kind of like, I guess since we're in spoiler territory, he's like the mastermind behind all of their tricks. Kind of like Thaddeus ends up being. I mean, not behind their tricks, but like behind the group.
I mean, he's
so-
the magic expert who knows the little details and then ends up being
Yeah.
way more involved than anyone gave him credit for.
Yeah. Then we have Dominic Sessa, I think that's how you say his name.
I believe so.
As Bosco. He's basically the new Atlas. They kind of have an ego off, or whatever you want to call it in the movie. And then Ariana Greenblatt as June. She is the locksmith junior, so Jack Jr. basically. And she is apparently much better at it than him. So,
Okay. I need to interrupt you and
Okay.
tell you that Louis Leterrier,
mhm.
who directed Now You See Me, also directed The Incredible Hulk, Clash of the Titans, and Fast X.
No way.
That's
Wow,
kind of a
considering
crazy
you really like that
roster.
movie. That's kind of crazy. Oh my gosh. Fast X. What a movie. They
don't-
said,
I
you know
enjoyed-
what? We've had cars, we've had family, we've had space. We need magic. And where's the magic?
Family is the real magic all along.
God, I should have known that. I forget that part 2, I think, is coming out next
At
year.
some point, it's supposed
I'm
to.
pretty sure next year or 2027.
But please
Gosh.
continue. You were on
Anyways.
Bosco.
Oh, no, I was...
No,
Oh,
you did
I
Greenblatt.
just did
So
June.
Rosamund.
Rosamund Pike as Veronica Vanderberg. She's our villain for this movie. She's like a billionaire. I don't even know. She's super, super rich and has a lot of diamonds. And they steal her diamond at some point and try to expose her because she's crazy.
I feel like she's actually not that crazy. She's
Well,
just
she just...
bad.
Yeah, she's like
I think that's
a really bad person.
You know, I was very excited for her to be in this movie, especially after Gone Girl, because I know she can play crazy and play it really big, but still like really well.
Yeah.
But then she was just kind of like a normal bad person here. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay.
But she can do more, Your Honor. She can do more.
Your Honor, let her cook. Let her put more diamonds in people's mouths. Let her...
That was
That was
actually a
good.
really good
That was a
scene.
great scene.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she peaked, and that was like her third scene.
Yeah. Yeah, no fault of her own, you know, they just didn't give her anything else to shine like that.
Yeah, she's still gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like being like a accent bombshell is like the calling card for this role, and she is that. And then in one or two scenes, she rises above that a little bit, and I'm like, give me more.
Although I feel
I'm like Dominic Sessa. Give me more of that.
Yeah. Is she like Australian though? Because I feel like she kept giving British, but every now and then she'd give a little bit of
I think it's
Texan, which to me, those two together should give Australian.
I think it was Austrian, which is like adjacent. It's similar to German.
Yeah. Okay. I can see
Hence
that.
hence the whole
Yeah.
Nazi of it all.
Oh. Right.
You know.
Right. Okay.
So, some awesome scenes here.
Yeah. We'll just go through the list.
The Fake Horseman show.
Waller. What an introduction for the young group. Very fun.
Yes, I thought that was very fun to see them just scattered throughout the crowd. And I think that's the only circumstance here where you're in like the same like boat as like an audience member, which is very fun. And I think it continues to be a very fun scene.
Yeah, and I also think it's fun. The Horsemen are obviously all big performers, and are always in person for their tricks, like as a group when they're together. Anyways, well, as this group, they're obviously posing as the Horsemen, so they're able to walk the crowd, but they don't even really communicate. They kind of just, it's showing how good of a group they are because they just know what needs to be done and when it needs to be done and when things go south, where to go and all the things. And I appreciated that. That was very fun.
After that, we had the Diamond Heart Heist. I loved that scene. I think I'm just a sucker for a good heist. I loved being on the outside of it. Dominic Sessa being disguised in that disguise. I was like,
wait, you're eating
what
that.
do you mean? This is like his second big role in a movie.
No, I also appreciated that they showed that. I was like, there's no way June actually thinks this is gonna work, getting close to her like that. Please tell me they have another plan, and they did. So
Gosh.
I don't know. It was early enough after the second one where I was like a little bit worried that was actually their plan, and I'm like, don't let that be your plan. It wasn't. I should have had more faith in them. I'm sorry, and won't make that mistake for 4. So.
But then like the device like changing like the box and then switching the diamond out. So fun. Whenever he like dropped the giant glass diamond on the ground, I was like, oh, there's something here that I'm missing, and I cannot wait to find out what it is.
Yeah. I will say I would be interested to rewatch this and being able to pause and rewind because I really want to know if in certain scenes you can see things happening in the background. I tried to look when I was in the theater. I'm almost more interested in that than what's actually happening on the screen. I'm like, I want to see if I can see something in the background. I couldn't, but that doesn't necessarily mean that...
Because you didn't necessarily know what you were looking for, which is magic.
Yeah, and now I know. So, although I think it's a little funny how many people were watching her like roll the diamond on the ground. Did you notice that in that scene where there were like multiple
I didn't
people?
see that they were looking at it.
Yeah, it was like parted and there was a couple people looking
I will
at
say
her,
it definitely wasn't subtle.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah. And then they escape. The other horsemen are there. I think they're coming in was very fun. That it's like the different places throughout the steps, them trying to escape.
Yeah.
Super cool, super fun. Magic house.
So fun.
Do you remember how they found that house? Because I feel like for the life of me, I can't. It's just
I think they had like an address somehow.
no, not how
some
they
way.
found the house. How the police found the house.
Oh no, I have no idea.
Interesting.
Maybe. I don't know.
But the production of the house was so cool. Like first it's like a little museum, and then they do the secret puzzle thing that new guy clocks. I don't remember his name.
Charlie.
Charlie. Yes, he clocks it. And then they get in because they'd already been there. Actually, just remembering that.
Yeah.
And honestly, thank God, because what a weird puzzle to like reach through a painting. Like,
Yeah. You're like, you're bold for that. How much is that worth? Oh no.
the guy just like moves out of the way, and it's like Harry Potter. He's like, what? Hey, dude.
What are you doing to me?
Ah!
Someone spent 16 hours on this face. I don't know. Whatever.
What was your favorite room in the house?
Ooh, definitely the like
The
perspective
big
room.
small room.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
That room was
I
awesome.
wish I liked the mirror room, or not the mirror, because there's two different kind of mirror rooms.
like the weird mirror distortion. room.
Yes.
I wish I understood what I was what I was looking at and what they were supposed to be looking
Yes,
at,
yeah.
because I felt
Because we didn't spend a lot of time in there, and I almost wish we did, because I didn't get
I wish
it.
the shots were maybe a bit more establishing of like, because like we go back in there and I'm like, I don't understand where he is, but I don't feel like it's in a clever way where I'm like, oh my gosh, he's ahead of us. I feel like he just like looked out and is on a space that I'm not tracking exists.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is odd.
I also really, really liked the upside down room because of the fact that it can literally turn right side up with the painting. That was awesome. So-
And it's one of those paintings that like looks different when it's flipped upside down. It's like a different thing. Love that.
I do love that. And then they have the show me what you can do scene with all the
Show me what you're
cards.
working with.
No, I loved it. And I loved that they were also capable of doing something cool, even if it wasn't quite their element, because cards are not quite, well, they're not showcased to have cards as their element, but I'm sure, like, every good magician starts with cards.
Sure.
So that makes sense now that I'm talking it out. So
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It felt really unnatural them getting into it. It's just like,
yeah.
hey, so we did, okay, and I love the house. It also was very weird for them to be like, let's go split up and look around the house. For what? I don't know.
Just to be cool. Don't question it.
It's like-
it's the
Cool. Check
movie
that off the
magic.
list.
Yeah.
What's next? Oh, have we not done magic in a hot second?
yeah.
Do it for me.
But you know what? I'd rather that than the second movie.
It's I mean
so...
they did at least they have magic. I'll give
Yeah,
them that.
yeah.
But it's just like maybe let's like smooth our way into it where it's like someone just like starts doing it to like flex and then start to like you're going to show me what you can do.
Yeah.
It's just like I feel like wouldn't you do that like before you do any of this with them? Like you did a heist already.
Yeah. No, I feel like now that we're talking it out, the reason I keep wanting to put this higher than the first one, I think, is just simply because it's cooler. The first one I think is a better made film, but this one is just so cool. Like, narratively, it's like, why are you doing this? But it's like, that's awesome. Please do it more.
No, like I
So,
think for
it's
me, I
hard
think
to
it
wrestle
easily
with.
could have been if it just smoothed out some of the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Also, since this is the next thing that happens, maybe just don't kill Thaddeus if you're not gonna make it like a major part of your movie.
Spoilers, it's in spoiler
What the
territory.
hell?
Yeah, that felt really random, and I'm like, why are we doing this?
I was like,
'Cause
the
then-
only reason, like the only way this scene is okay the way it is if he's still alive at the end of the movie, and then
Yeah.
he comes in and is like, I did this after they thought I was dead.
Yeah, Loki at first with the elevator, I thought it was his jacket, not a random bag of stuff. But then it wasn't. I got excited. I was like, yay. Because I was hoping for that too. And then it didn't happen. I was like, aw.
Brutal.
Okay.
The escape the police scene with Lola coming back in disguise. Loved that. Very
yeah,
funny.
the jail. Oh yeah, I didn't write that down. Well, because I wrote escape police because as in they were escaping the house. But then the more interesting part, I would say, I mean, it is interesting. I was a little frustrated that they didn't all escape because I feel like they would have, like, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Then it gave us a little scene, so I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then the fact that Woody Harrelson still didn't get out, I'm just like, guys, you had 2 chances.
Yeah, I'm like, June, be a real one. What do you mean? I couldn't save him.
Although
you
June
didn't even try.
June was eating
You were
that
fucking them
scene.
up. I'm like, why? Come back and do that again. Like, are you out of energy? What is it? I
And
don't
also, I feel like a lot, I don't know, it's so noticeable. The part where she just, like, bends backwards over a desk.
That's crazy.
And it's suddenly, like, chest on table, legs squirt, like, what is that?
I want to know who did that and shake their hand because that's awesome that you're capable of doing that.
That looked
I wanna know-
crazy.
I mean, it might have just been like a splicing together where she actually did that the other way, maybe. Still crazy, but maybe that's how they did. I feel like it would be harder to do backward, like the way that it
I don't
played
know
in the
what they
movie.
did. It
I don't
definitely
know. It stuck out to me too. I was like, whoa.
It stuck out because one, it's clearly not the actress, but it's insanely talented. If I believe a real
Right?
person did that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then we go to the scene with the race car, and they drive the race car. I feel like that scene went a little longer than it needed to.
It's okay.
It's like, cool, I get it. He's quipping in a car.
Yeah.
Dominic Sessa has been really fun and
At least he's
doing fun
funny, you
stuff.
know?
You know,
Yeah.
if this wasn't him.
Yeah, if it wasn't him, it would not have worked.
And then
I
they're
feel
in
like
the.
I could see them looking at scenes to cut and only keeping that because of how funny he is. I could see that happening.
And then we have the sandbox trap, and I feel like they should have clocked that. Yeah, a pipe of water is gonna constantly pour water in here.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, I shouldn't be having this thought before you.
Yeah.
And then you had the funny thing with like the diamond can cut it, and then you're like, she comes
Oh
back
my
up,
God,
guys,
is this diamond
it's not
real?
a diamond. It's not a real diamond.
Guys, if we survive this, I'm getting a divorce. Cuz this lie almost killed me. No, that did not happen, but that would have been really fun. I thought that's where we were going. I was like, oh no, it wasn't
No.
breaking. I was like, no, it's going to be fake.
They also, I fear they did her a pretty dirty after she was like,
Yeah.
a diamond. I got this, guys.
No, I'm like, Ilsa Fisher, I'm so sorry that they
Oh my gosh.
should have been decided
Like,
to
if
not
that
let you
was
serve.
done by like Lola, I think so in character.
Yeah.
But like with
Yeah.
her, it's like,
Oh,
oh, this is
it
oh.
looked
It was a little
I was
brutal.
like, okay.
And then after that, we had the twist, the final trick. The new
What?
horsemen were putting on the show, and they were faking everything up until that point. They set everyone on this mission. They faked the cards.
And Ilsa Fisher dried her hair really quickly.
Yeah.
Everybody, clothes is one thing. I think hair is another. But whatever. And you know what? She had like full beat face and curly hair. I'm like, I'm not gonna question it because he looks so pretty right now. I can't.
Magic.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, what do you mean? I did this in 30 seconds.
She's like,
I didn't have a curling
what
iron.
tank of water
My
and
hair
sand?
just dries like this. Yeah. It's the hypnotism.
They hypnotized the entire crowd so they
Yeah.
could go costume change and dry off.
No, they were actually sopping wet the entire time, but the audience was hypnotized. To believe it. Like, wow, they're really hot. They got like an upgrade. That's crazy. Anyways.
So
and the twist
I
that
was-
he's her brother.
oh my gosh.
Charlie is Victoria
Victoria
Vanderburg's
I can't hear that full
brother.
name without hearing fucking Atlas saying it. There's a Vanderberg. Queen of the Diamonds. Or some whatever from the trailer.
Yeah.
But
Queen of Diamonds.
I had a ton of theories throughout this movie because I was like, someone's already trying to trick us right now. What is it? And so I was already super suspicious of Charlie for one. I was suspicious of all three of them, I think fairly fair.
Yeah.
But I was trying to figure out who was like the one taking
Who
the
was
lead
one?
here.
Yeah.
So I had thought a really obvious one, mostly because it would have been great casting, was that Dominic Sessa's character was Dylan's son, who they had talked about was thrown into jail after they had like
Poor Dylan.
completely like screwed up a
Yeah,
mission or whatever.
I guess. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like that's perfect casting actually. So like if that's not revealed, like homie, play his son
you
in
gotta
something.
get on that. Yeah.
be
Casting directors, get on this.
be the new Scar.
What?
It's Hulk's son.
Right.
You blocked that out of your head,
No.
didn't you?
Yes, but also I was like, the lion?
Not the lion.
Nope. I was like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't voice the lion. Anyway.
And I thought the thing is, I don't know if I would have guessed that he was the daughter of the housekeeper, but I knew the housekeeper was
Son.
important. The son, yes. But I had thought when they were talking about the housekeeper that they said she had a son die in the accident with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, that a daughter had died. I thought the housekeeper had a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, Ariana Greenblatt. But she seems kind of young to be, related to...
Maybe.
But I don't know, man. But also I fear she's just a little baby face to me because I knew her from such a young
Well,
age that
yeah.
I'm always going to think she's younger than she's portraying.
Ariana Greenblatt just like rests her face in like a pouty face. So, which I don't care, but it can make her look younger.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But needless to say, would not have guessed that because I thought I was looking for a daughter.
You were gagged. You were truly gagged.
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, go Charlie.
And you know what? He slayed that scene.
I like the switch to the accent.
Acting wise,
It's
yeah.
very fun. And then they do the pull away. They do the Mission Impossible. But I did clock from like the sandstorm. There was like, yeah, it's a storm. I was like,
Yeah, I thought about that too. Outside of the car, I was like,
I did like the
Is
bump
it?
though. Like you can see the bump where she's like getting into the truck, which I really liked because I was like, oh, what was that? And then it shows it's like when it was getting pulled up into the truck on the road. I was like,
that's awesome. I love it. She has her truck license.
women can drive 18-wheelers.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Or she could have just hot wired it. You'd never even know. Anyways.
and I will say the chemistry between this like the cast, both old and new, so
And
fun.
together. It was
Yes.
great. Yeah. Separately and together.
And I think we talked a lot about a lot of the good and some of the bad. I think it's a shame that let me get their names. You have so many names here. That Merritt had so little to do here.
Yeah.
And then I would also say Jack. Also.
He had a little bit, but he's so cool. So I do feel like they wasted him a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, especially considering
Definitely
the
Merritt,
high
though.
that Dave Franco's on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Feels weird to not have capitalized on that a little stronger.
Well, maybe they didn't know at the time. Because I do feel like it's very current. So.
I know.
You know what? They're taking advantage of it in the marketing, though. So whoever the intern is, you're clocking it. And I love that for you.
For sure.
Like on Lionsgate, they made this edit where, like, from the movie, from when he's, like, soaking wet from the pipe of the thing. I didn't realize that was from this movie. And they made an edit to him. and he had gone on a talk show and talked about it, and then they put that clip and then made another edit. And I was like, but he was talking about it in a good light, so I'm sure he didn't care. But I thought, well, because he said that they sent it to him to approve to post, which is really funny. I mean, I'm glad they did that, but really funny that he watched it and was like, yeah, sure. Twice.
King.
Yeah, he knows.
So, any other thoughts you want to share on this one?
I think I'm good. I enjoyed my time a lot. It felt like I was at a magic show. And I'm excited for the fourth one.
I feel like
Whenever
I'm
that
excited
looks
for a
like.
fourth one because I think now that everyone's kind of introduced, I feel like not everyone's gonna come back in the next one,
That's
and
okay.
frankly, I think that's fine.
I think
I think if
honestly, if you want to slowly transition to the new group, I'm a little down for that.
I'm maybe a little down for like, I don't know exactly if there's a franchise that matches this description, but where it's kind of like a clock, like who's clocking into this one and who's gonna stay, like who's just not gonna get a tarot card this go around. And I think that's a great way to kind of be able to shine on certain characters more while still keeping things fresh. Who's new? Who randomly got a card for the first time? Who's our new Lola?
Yeah, I think, if you focus on the younger cast, maybe we need one or two more, perhaps. And that could create conflict in itself.
Oh my god, now you see me, now you don't, Civil War.
Well, because the three of them are such close friends, unlike the Horsemen, where it's a little more like coworkers, where you can just kind of replace one and it's not as big of a deal. I think it would be a big deal to them. I'd also be wondering, now that I'm talking about a younger person, magic person, what if we had a younger villain? Like someone like their age.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know how you'd bring them in, but they've like
We need evil
Done
magicians.
exactly. I want to see them up against another magician, and I think it'd be interesting if it was someone younger, and maybe that was guided them to, or whoever the villain is guides them to working with other younger people.
Who's
See?
to say?
Yeah.
Who's to say?
It'd be funny if like one of them had an old school friend that was really good at magic, but they didn't get along or something, and then had to get along to use their tricks.
Mayhaps.
That could be fun. I think
So
there's a lot of things I could do. The sky is currently the limit for them.
this is a fun franchise, and I think they just opened up a lot of possibilities. They do have to I think the next one's going to really capitalize the longevity,
Yes.
but I think they could go a little crazy with the next one.
Yeah.
Which,
As long as you have a lot of magic and it's a decent story, I think you're honestly in good hands. So,
what do you think the Rotten Tomato score is?
I also thought it was around like a 60 or I'll say 62.
It is a 60 for critics. What do you think audience is?
Knew it. 80?
It is 82.
Okay.
And then on IMDb, it is a 6.3, which is crazy because Running Man is a 6.8. And I'm just like...
See, I'm honestly like, for our next draft, I'm low-key campaigning for us to replace IMDb with Letterboxd.
I do think Letterboxd is something I want to look at including. We'll look at that.
IMDb is just so stupid.
Well, another part of it, I think, is that Running Man, I think, is just being watched by much less people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a little bit of a skew there, that the people who wouldn't like it just haven't seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Fair.
box office, in its
It's about
first
79 million, right?
opening weekend, we are at, what did you say?
I think the first 3 days, the opening weekend, was about 79 million globally.
Let me check to make sure I'm not behind on
crazy?
this.
I might be crazy. Is it lower?
Yes.
Okay. I might be crazy. It's okay.
Boom, boom,
It is
boom,
whatever it
boom.
is.
Yeah,
And I'm
okay.
just wrong.
You're crazy. It is currently
I had high hopes.
it is
I
currently
guess.
at 43 million.
Fine. Sorry, I have faith in movies.
It's at 43, which is still very solid.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to compare that to.
Maybe we should have put it on our draft.
Oh,
No,
it was definitely a great pick in hindsight.
Yeah.
It is domestically, it is the lowest opening weekend.
Did you say what the cinema score was?
It also got a B+.
See, Running Man should have got a B-.
I agree. I think it's crazy that these two movies got the same score.
Yeah. In a lot of areas, actually.
Yeah. Right now it is the lowest on IMDb, the highest critic score, the highest audience score.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That's a little shocking to me, but
Yeah, same here. So, with 43 in its first weekend, where do you think it's going to end? It's total box office.
I'm gonna be perhaps a little optimistic.
If I might add the first two's
Sure.
show up. The first one went on to gross $342 million. The second one went on to make $328 million. So just keep that in mind.
I just don't feel like this one is going to make even close.
Nor do I think that either.
That's kind of crazy to me. Maybe they just came out at less competitive times. Plus, you said this was the lowest opening, so...
Not by a lot, though.
Oh.
This one I have 21 domestic. 2 was 22. The first one opened at
Maybe it
29.
was just a less competitive time. I guess I'll increase my score then. I'll say I don't know, 120 million?
Get out of my head. That's exactly
really
what I
you
was
say?
thinking.
Just do something close. I don't know. See, you always do something close to mine.
I'm gonna
but I'm maybe we're
say-
just on the same brainwave.
I'm going to have more faith in this movie. I'm going to
Okay.
say 150.
Purr.
Yeah. I mean, I already said it. So
And I can't be mad if that's the truth because I'm rooting for this movie. So, yeah.
So, our last note today is going to be looking at our draft score updates.
Yeah.
With The Running Man, that is my third movie in the running.
Hey.
So, Tron Ares is still at 56, Black Phone 2 is still at 56, and The Running Man is also at 56.
Really?
Yes.
That just surprises me.
That is very odd, I think. Yeah, I don't know.
That's bizarre.
I think it's
To
crazy
me.
that these three movies are on the same score.
Because two of them are clearly worse than the other.
Yeah.
So,
With you did get an update on some of your scores.
did you update on sentimental value? Because I saw that
Yes,
that
I
got
did.
an audience score. Okay.
So Predator Badlands, you are at 69. Sentimental Value went up to a 52. Smashing Machine is 52. Springsteen is 55. And Regretting You is still at 47.
Wow, Predator Badlands is coming in clutch for me, and I forgot I had it. So sorry.
No,
it's
that was a
'cause
great
You
pick.
talk about it so often that I just assumed you had it.
So my
yay.
total is 168. Yours is 275. Yours is out of 500. Mine is out of 300.
Yeah.
We're both really close to half.
Yeah.
I did the math. I have a ratio of 0.56% of the total score I could have. You have 0.55.
Wow. Actually, really close.
So
So basically, we're both half killing it.
yeah, I'm very
Maybe
interested
half
to
regretting
see
it.
half-
Hey, regretting you. Anyway.
So next weekend you have Wicked for Good, and then the next weekend you have Zootopia,
Big heavy hitters that are hopefully gonna measure up to Avatar 2 or Avatar 3.
and then you don't have anything till Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme. Big gap for me.
And then I have a gap because I don't get my next movie isn't until after those two at Five Nights at Freddy's. And then I should
Yeah.
be pretty back to back from there. Oh, and then Eternity whenever that starts going. Whew, very exciting. This is close. Well, you're still in a lead, but like proportionally, we're still close.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So I'm very interested to see how this goes. Let us know, please, in the comments. What did you think of Now You See Me, Now You Don't? Now in theaters, you can see that and The Running Man. Until next time, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your other host, Alicia.
And thank you so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.
Bye.